think let's do something new. We'll watch a ghost one, alright? Let's not really watch there's also Paranormal too, technically. I think like same shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, but let's do this little compilation for scariest proof of the paranormal. Paranormal Caught on Camera Travel Channel. Check them
out. November 2020 in Cancun, Kazakhstan. After months of rumors about a ghost girl wandering the streets, 2 police officers are called in to check on something. A figure, dressed in all white, making its way slowly down a desolate road.
That'd be so random.
The officers approach with extreme caution, not quite sure what they are seeing. They're a little freaked out, but decide to inch just a bit closer. Until
What? You're in a car. What's
what
going on?
was that?
This is terrifying. We see headlights driving down the road, which is always such a focused vision that it's just begging for some sort of jump scare. And here we don't even get a jump scare. We just get this slow approach to a what the hell is that moment.
You see something that's
So
just
random.
like incredibly stark white at the end of the road. It's just so incredibly bright.
You know how with shadow figures, they talk about the darkness of them being like blacker than night? This is like the exact opposite of that.
This thing slowly turns around and you see the long, stringy hair, and you know that you're in trouble.
And believe it or not, sightings just like this happen all the time.
But what would have happened if they would have chilled there though? Because look, they had the camera on, right? And they caught that bitch on camera, but they whipped the whip around. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if they would have stayed? And it's like with the like they're in the car, bro. Like, what's and there's 2 of y'all, bro. What's gonna happen, bro? You okay, bro? Like, it's different. You by yourself, bro. I understand. You know, I got you. But my nigga, you had somebody there. And you had a camera on, and you in the car, bro. You had so many factors on your side. And all you gotta fight is the Wicked Witch over here. Like, maybe. And we don't even know. There could be somebody in a costume, bro. Like, we don't know, bro. But we gotta stick it out. I understand, though. I get it. But it's like, come on. What's it gonna do, really, bro? Like, come on. Like, that's your moment to shine right there, man. That, like, all the factors on your side. I get it. You probably terrified at first, but all it did was turn around and even run at you.
All over the world.
Damn.
There's a version of the white lady in every culture and every country.
It can mean different things, but generally it's the spirit of a woman who maybe
Nobody
has
in the
lost a
US.
child, or is coming to take your children, or is coming to seduce you, or coming to seduce your husband. All in all, not a great gal.
And
Where's she at?
that anguish or
JK.
that anger often is redirected in these stories as rage and violence. So this seems to be a very sympathetic figure to encounter and is in fact a very dangerous figure to encounter.
But if this is a ghost, why would it be walking down a road?
It's not uncommon to experience a haunting along a road because a lot of accidents happen on the roads. And so the spirits that have died during those times are probably still lingering.
Think about it. Roads are conduits for travel for so many people trying to reach a destination. Perhaps a spirit alongside the road is likewise on its own journey, trying to get somewhere.
Highway to
Still,
hell.
don't pick up phantom hitchhikers.
Sounds like good advice, especially considering that the chances of running into one of these spirits might be greater than you think.
Oh, word?
We feel like we're not supposed to talk about things that we don't have scientific or rationalist explanations for, but the truth is, experiences like this happen all over the world every day, and we are constantly washing over it our own cultural understandings and interpretations.
They should give it a little bit
2022,
more time. I want to know what it was
in East Java, Indonesia. David Indrianto cautiously explores an abandoned school that he suspects may be haunted.
Assalamualaikum, siapapun kalian, apapun.
When it comes to a school, you have all this rambunctious energy left behind.
That energy, that nervousness, that anxiety of going to school that kids have, I think are a lot stronger than adults, where spirits are attracted to that.
And there's another good reason why this school might be a hotspot for strange activity. It's directly next to an old graveyard.
Man, if that place is located right next to a graveyard, who's to say that the school isn't on top of some of those bodies? You know what I mean? There's probably not like a hard line on where they stopped burying the bodies and where they built the school. It's all underground. They probably dug up some of them. They probably disturbed some of them to make the school.
I ain't no lie, he's speaking straight facts. I ain't no cap. He's speaking 100% facts. They probably did that shit.
And it seems that David might be disturbing some of those spirits again, right now. A chair falls off a table by itself. And it's not done. Only minutes later.
Sumpah ini kalau kakiku seperti biasa guys ya, kalau nggak bisa ditahan untuk soal kegerak-gerak. Astagfirullahaladzim, ya ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. Malaka sumtu wa bika amantu ala rizkika aftartu birahmatika ya arhamar rahimin.
The chair slides. And then, somehow, rights itself on all four legs.
These chairs, they're not flimsy little things.
100% okay.
They seem to have some weight to them. So for those to move on their own without any help suggests something pretty powerful.
That shit said, you know, sat right up. Nah, so someone said, go ahead and try me. They put the chair up like, go ahead and say something. Like, no,
We can clearly see that there is nobody around this object as it's moving across the floor on its own. Nothing is pulling or pushing it, no obvious strings attached.
There's just something about an object moving on its own when you can't see anything responsible for it and you're alone in a room and it's creepy to begin with. That's like terrifying to me.
But only minutes later, it goes beyond terrifying.
That's creepy.
Watch again.
Oh, we saw it, big homie.
As a strange figure floats by the window, petrifying David.
Damn grudge.
I'm gonna be honest, that apparition was probably the craziest looking thing I've ever seen.
Look like Annabelle in motion.
I probably would have passed out.
Passed out? You think I'm dropping right here? No. You catch me passing out running. Because my ass is gone. The fuck? I am not doing that. You talking about passing out. You think I'm going to drop right here? No. Nope. I'm getting the hell out of here.
I would have passed out if I saw it.
What I saw was what looked like maybe a young woman, dark hair, very pale skin, but not alive pale in a ghoulish way.
Black lips around and everything.
Sort of a sinister expression on its face moving past the window.
Breathing through his fear, David runs outside.
He had to go that way too?
But finds nothing.
Damn, hey, balls on him though.
The fact that
right out there.
it's simply gone the minute he runs outside with the camera, to me, stepped this up several notches on the okay, I'm freaked out scale.
I think that's who's been causing those chairs to fall down. Maybe this is a former teacher, a janitor.
Or maybe it's something far more disturbing.
It looks to me like a pretty classic depiction of a kuntilanak.
What?
Within Indonesian culture, that is said to...
Hey, look, here you know, casting these spells, bro. Where's my Bible, bro? What is this, man? What do you call that thing, bro? You over here casting spells and shit. I don't like that, bro. We don't rebuke it. But don't be doing that.
The spirit of a woman who was pregnant and died before she gave birth.
She usually appears as a woman in a long white dress, sometimes with long fingers or fingernails, and she is pretty angry and wants to steal organs from men.
They gotta be men, huh? The hate run deep. The hate run deep.
I've been on this road for about 8 years, but started out subtle in a different home with like just doors opening and bumps in the night. And then it escalated to be something much different. I went to Christian priests. I went to non-denominational priests. I went to the rabbis of the Jewish community. I've talked to people in the Muslim faith. Some of them will make it inside, most of them don't. Jeremy came very highly recommended from, family members and, people in the church.
For the investigation, Jeremy asks to do it alone. Though JB does have static cameras positioned around the house. And almost as soon as Jeremy walks into the home, he hears this. Flashlight in hand, the investigator cautiously heads toward the banging.
All of the activity generally starts out with banging. A majority of the banging noises will be coming from the basement.
Terrified, Jeremy forces himself down into the basement.
I thought he yelled at him. Oh, shit.
But he is not alone. Watch closely. Did you catch that?
Sure did. Fucking
watch again. As moments after Jeremy goes down into the basement, a massive dark shadow hulks across the hallway and follows him. And that's not all. Listen carefully. A disembodied voice down in the basement calls out to Jeremy. Twice.
Oh, it did?
Which is apparently more than Jeremy can take.
That's crazy. I definitely thought that was him, bro. I 100% thought that was him. And the narrator was just making a mistake, bro.
No.
Jeremy leaves JB's house, never to return. When JB reviews the footage, he understands why.
He really won't talk about what happened now. You could see something follow him straight down into the basement.
Yeah.
And then the next thing that you know, he's running up the stairs screaming.
This is really a pretty terrifying piece of video because although we sometimes see spirits and humans in the same clip, it's not often that we see the spirit sort of stalking the living.
What was unnerving to me was that banging. I mean, can you imagine hearing that violent banging, not knowing what it is, and was coming from the cellar?
This is a scenario almost like that worst nightmare. You can't see what is causing all this problem, but it's lurking behind you. You don't want to be in a position where you're vulnerable. And going down a set of stairs and you having this shadow person behind you is that moment that is completely terrifying.
And then we can't see it, but we can hear what happens next. We can hear that the investigator is shouting, he's distressed.
No way.
He books it back up the stairs and slams that door shut.
No.
And holds it shut. I mean, he's leaning his weight on that door. It looks like he thinks whatever's down there is coming up for him.
But if something's coming for the investigator, what is it?
The figure that follows him down is not a person. It's a void. It's an absence of light. It is a darkness in the shape of a person.
That shit was you.
That's what follows him into the basement.
When you see shadow people involved, it could be that these are personal imprints from individuals. You know, it's kind of like the human spirit and psyche can have some form of schism, and there could be partial out-of-body experiences that could create shadow figures and poltergeist activity.
Whatever the cause, JB is at his breaking point.
Hello? I'm desperate for help. But when you reach out to so many people, they won't even come in the damn door.
Why don't you just
What
go
do you
with
say
each
to
other?
that? Let's kind of do something and let's get it done. I'm not afraid, man. If you want me, come get me. I'm not gonna go down without a fight.
In 2015, in the Kanto region of Japan, a man named Takeda is exploring a home within an abandoned village. And although the broken down nature of the place fascinates him, he doesn't see much that truly alarms him. That is, until he gets home and reviews his footage. Watch closely. Did you catch it? Watch again, in slow motion, as Takeda's camera pans by a nearby window. A pale face, staring directly at him.
Yeah, you know, that's legit,
This
bruh.
is creepy, with emphasis on E.
I was trying to think it was like fake, but I don't know, bro.
The image that we see here, especially when it's freeze framed, is just chilling. It's hard to describe. It's incredibly uncanny feeling. I don't know, it gave me goosebumps.
It's a face that looks as human and alive as anybody's. But the place where it is would be impossible for a living person to be. It seems to be almost trapped between walls.
It looks to be in some kind of turmoil. Like it looks like it's maybe crying out for help or something. It doesn't really have a happy look on its face.
Let me take the hook out.
Whatever it was doing, when Takeda sees it, he is intrigued. So much so that he goes back to the village again and again and again, almost as if possessed.
I've seen stuff like this happen throughout my career, and it has even happened to me where you go to a location that grabs you and you become so enamored / obsessed, you can't help but think about it, want to go back to it, and it like becomes a part of you. There are energies there that resonate between you and the spirits at this place. They start calling you back because they try to live vicariously through you.
But why would this entity want to live vicariously through Takeda? Or anyone, for that matter? Perhaps the location of the sighting gives us a clue.
In sort of a broad Asian context, the belief in the supernatural sometimes doesn't work in the same logical ways that people expect it to in the West, where if there's a spirit or a specter, there's probably some unfinished business or something that needs to be resolved.
When someone dies in Japanese culture, they do believe that spirit, once out of the body, craves a space. And so they give these altars and ghost pagodas that they put in front of all their homes so that they can house the spirits of their ancestors and revere them and honor them. For spirits that don't necessarily have a location to inhabit after their bodies, they become these Oni type energies, demonic forces, these malevolent entities. These energies will come and harness the living so that they can feel honor again, so that they can feel life again.
Terrifying. Thankfully,
They put a Oni
Takeda
mask
eventually
on that.
does.
They put an Oni mask on that cross-eyed girl, bro, and it's like, yeah, she an Oni. Like, bro, man, that's probably just some ghost girl, bro. Like, you talking her damn Oni, but she got cross-eyed and that little freeze frame, bro. That's some fuck shit, bro. You know, just a bad picture, man. That's all it is. Just a damn bad picture. She ain't cross-eyed like that, bro. Leave that little baby alone, bro.
Stop visiting the village after receiving purification from a local shrine, which is almost certainly for the best.
Freeze frame ass.
Aurora, Colorado. A man that goes by the name JB took a trip to New Orleans in 2014.
I know that one. Yeah.
It was there he entered a voodoo shop
Oh, hell.
and was about to have a reading done.
I'll tell you one thing. Go to New Orleans. Don't do that. Don't go to a voodoo shop. You don't need to do no voodoo, bro. None of that bullshit, bro. You don't need none of that, bro.
When things took a turn for the truly bizarre.
My name's JB, and these are my videos. The moment I walked in there and saw the lady who was doing it, it was just like a weird, uncomfortable feeling. It was shared mutually, and I kindly excused myself. And as I started walking out, it was like she came up to say something and touched my back. And she didn't say anything. She just turned around and walked away. So I left, and pretty much immediately following that, that's when all hell broke loose.
That chilling meeting set off a series of events that's led JB to believe he's been cursed.
Everything started falling apart, like legal troubles, divorce, custody battles. And then to add on top of that, it was like I was seeing things, I was hearing things that I never did before, and you know, I brushed it off.
But after years of too many unexplained incidents, he can no longer just brush it off. So he decides to document it on camera. Case in point, one night, JB hears the shower turn on in his bathroom. So he goes to check it out. Now, watch as the shower curtain begins to pull back.
There's gotta be something.
And the door
On the shower.
closes.
That scared the hell out of me.
Look, this is the same nigga with that basement, bro. That basement was way more terrifying than this fucking bathroom. I'll tell you that. His basement with that shadow nigga walking.
And set the tone for what was to come, really.
And what's to come is so much worse.
Oh, is it?
One night, his dog seems to be bothered by something in the basement.
What's the matter, buddy?
When JB goes downstairs to investigate, he hears giggling and comes face to face with something terrifying. Watch again.
Oh no!
As a shadow
bruh.
figure stands by the far wall.
I really don't.
JB. I don't know about that one, man. Come on now, bruh. Let me go back. You had me with the first good one, bruh, with JB, bro.
Here, stands by the far wall.
But doggy. Come on, bruh. That looks like a nigga in a bodysuit, bruh. Come on, bruh. Like the little morph suits. JB. I don't know if I can buy that shit, bro. I like this
really
other story.
I don't know how to explain that.
I do.
It's one thing to hear something. It's incredibly troubling at that point.
Like
there is a long-standing tradition in folklore of ghosts that are
listen to them try to justify, bro. They about to try to throw a whole bunch of books and shit, folklore, all this shit, bro. Yeah, if it's fake, bro. Talking about some
trying to lure people to bad ends by mimicking the sound of crying or of children's laughter. Anything that gets someone to go somewhere where they are, one, vulnerable, and two, where they wouldn't normally go. That's not a good sign when something is trying to get you to go to those spaces.
And unfortunately for JB, that shadow figure appears more than once.
And they just, whoa, ah, like, come on, bro. Like, get the fuck out.
I give the guy credit
Like,
for sticking out as long as he did, because this entity seems to be toying with him.
But perhaps the most disturbing event takes place one night when JB is watching TV and hears what sounds like silverware falling on the floor in the kitchen.
I had heard a noise. It's not uncommon to see things out of place. So I picked them up, threw them in the sink. Damn it. Old. Walked back to the couch thinking, all right, yeah, whatever. And then when I sat down, oh, hell no.
Did you catch that? Watch as a dark figure looms behind JB in the reflection on the TV.
It was right behind me, and it wasn't there before. And I jumped over the couch to try to see if somebody was screwing with me, and there was genuinely no one.
If you notice when he left to go get the silverware or whatever off the floor, he never looked behind the couch. I'm just throwing that out there. Like, JB, I'm not buying your stories anymore, brother. I'm not. Like, the first one with the banging and that dude running out of the house, that was nice. I don't know how you got it done, but it was nice. But these other ones, no, bro. These look fake as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. But the first one, that was golden, bro. I don't know how you did it, but you faked that one really good. But these other ones, bro, trash. This is fake as fuck. Nigga standing behind him, right behind him.
This is something straight out of a horror movie. Just in watching this clip, I felt something's got to be done.
But what? And does this haunting have anything to do with his trip to New Orleans?
No. Voodoo is not to be messed with. This is definitely a system of religious practice and belief that you want to take seriously.
This is something that I think needs some professional help, whether it's employing a priest to come and bless the home or to bring other people to help clear this. I think this is something that he should not be trying to tackle on his own.
I'm not buying it no matter what, bro. Like that, like come on, bro. Come on, man. Like, you had me with the basement joint, bro. That shit was legit, bro. That shit looked good. Like, that looked so legit. And the nigga was terrified. But I knew it was too good to be true with those speaking, bro. I was like, they never be talking, but JB got him talking every time, huh? New top 5 is butt. I ain't gonna lie to you. That should be so butt. I do got one of them in here though somewhere, but that shit is so butt. I ain't no cap to you. I ain't watched a good one yet. Like one that's legit good. He be throwing in too many dog thingies and stuff. See, like new top 5, like literally the dog little joints be all cutesy. I don't need something fucking horrifying, but I need something a little bit grittier.
Right foot creep, walking with that heater. Look around, stay low, make sure they don't see you. Catch some bad